The first thing you need to do when planning an event is you need to determine the why. Determine the why you are planning your event. Determine the why your audience would be attending your event. The why means everything. Imagine that you're standing next to a pond. So it's a perfectly still pond on a beautiful day, and you've got this rock. You bend down and you pick it up. What are you going to do with it? You're going to throw it in the middle of the pond. It's going to make a splash, and it's going to cause a ripple effect that goes throughout the pond. That's essentially what you're doing with your event. You want your event to make a splash. You want to create momentum. You want there to be ripple effects that help your audience, that create your business, that make a movement start, and the ripple effects are going to be the after effects of the event. So the why needs to be super crystal clear. So the first thing you need to do whenever you're planning an event is determine the why. The second thing you need to do whenever you are planning an event is you need to create the outline. With step number one, you're determining why are people going to be attending? Why am I hosting this event? So when you are creating an outline, now that you know the destination, you need to create a roadmap. You need to create a game plan for how to get there. And so your outline for your event is going to be some of the big picture details. It's going to be the name of your event, the date of your event, the location of it. And then it's going to be a chunk of time of what's happening. If you have a 3-hour event, you can think of it in 15, 20, or 30 minutes. So the first 15 minutes, you're doing a welcome. The next 15 minutes, you are introducing why are you here, or introducing the speakers. Someone talks for 30 minutes, another person talks for 30 minutes. So think of your event in different chunks of time so that you can create the outline. Again, the outline is the big picture details. The third step that you need to follow whenever you are planning an event is, now that you have an outline, you have a game plan, a roadmap of where you're going, now you need to start to refine the plan. Here, the rock is sailing towards that spot in the pond, and it's getting ready to land. Refining the plan is figuring out the exact trajectory. So rather than thinking in big picture chunks of time, think into minutes and seconds. So if you're going to show a video, what is the exact length of the video? If you are going to introduce a speaker, what is put into your outline? When you're refining the plan, you need to put in what are the bullet points, what is the biography that you're going to read to introduce that next speaker? What exact time is the catering going to start preparing the food and then deliver the food to the tables? So you're refining the plan where you are coming up with the nitty-gritty details that's going to make everything run smoothly. Hey, quick question for you. Answer in the comment below. What is the most difficult part that you are struggling with in creating the outline or refining the plan? Is it figuring out what speakers to have? Whatever that means for you, answer in the comments below. The fourth step in the event builder framework, the fourth thing you need to do whenever you are planning any event is then you need to start to prepare for success. You need to prepare for a successful event, prepare for a successful moment when your event is making a splash and it is creating those ripple effects. So here's what you need to do in preparation phase is you need to start to gather together your materials. You're going through your checklist, checking things off. You are gathering together what it is that you actually have getting ready for your event. You need to start to prepare your audience. You need to start to prepare your speakers. You need to start to prepare your caterers. Get them prepared by giving them the details that they need. You're preparing the supplies that you have, whether that's buying things on Amazon, collecting things that you already have, setting up the camera and the lights for your virtual event. So preparing for success is step number 4. And then the fifth step in the event builder framework, the fifth thing you need to do in order to prepare for your event to make a splash, which is now it's finally event day is happening. It is you are producing with excellence. These words were chosen carefully. You need to produce your event with excellence. You've refined the plan. You start with the outline, you refine the plan. It's all prepared to match up with why you're hosting the event. And you've got everything gathered. You've given the details out to everybody that you need. Now you need to follow your event plan, and you need to make sure people are doing what they need to do when they need to do it, and in the space in which they should be either preparing the food, or whether they're speaking on the right stage, or if they're saying the right thing. So producing with excellence is following that event plan. And then at the same time, in that moment, you need to be thinking as the event planner 2 to 3 steps ahead. Person X is on stage, Johnny is on stage, and I need Tabitha getting ready to go on stage next. And then after Tabitha is going to be this person who's going to be on this microphone. So you're producing with excellence. And the final thing you need to do, and this is with every event, is now that you are watching these ripple effects, the pond was perfectly still, the impact has been made, the splash has happened, and the ripple effects are carrying on. It's kind of satisfying to sit there and watch the ripple effects of a pond, right? And so the 6th step in the event builder framework, the 6th thing that you need to do for every event is you need to then reflect and review. So once the event is over, you need to reflect and you need to review. You need to ask yourself what went well, what didn't go well. If I was to do the exact same event tomorrow or next year, what would I do differently and what would I keep the same? Ask yourself these questions, write them down, ask other people the questions, ask the speakers, the caterers, the venue, ask the parking attendants, ask your attendees, your audience, questions that are going to help you get better every single time you plan this event or every single time you plan a different event.